各位亲爱的网友朋友，大家好。
Hello, my dear friends.
今天呢，我们议论一下
So today
关于
we're
八卦的一
going
些效
to
果哈。
discuss
这个非常的好，非常
the
的奇特哈。
benefits of energy
而且今
bagua.
天我们吃了很多
It's
粽子
really
哈。
beneficial. And today we also had a lot of
非常
zongzi,
香甜
the
的粽
sticky
子。
rice dumplings.
我相信我们所有的
The
产品
Bodhi
都
Meditation
包
Center
粽
had
子
really
给我们所有的
great
网友们都
rice
准备的
dumplings.
啊
I
无论
believe
是
all
老
our
朋友
Bodhi
新
Meditation
朋友
centers
啊
all
都可以去
prepared
吃粽子
really
啊。
nice sticky rice
欢迎我们文
dumplings.
化禅
And
堂呢
whether you're a
这
new
个
friend
附
or
近
an
的
old
朋友
friend,
们
you're all
明
welcome.
天还来
So
禅堂吃粽子。
anybody around our Bodhi Meditation centers,
今天呢，我们就分享一下
well,
哈
in Vancouver
关于
Center,
这
if you're
个
close
马来
to
西
the
亚
Vancouver
哎
Center, tomorrow you're still
槟城
welcome to come
一个
and
一
enjoy
个八
this
卦粽
zongzi,
啊。
the sticky
对
rice
这个八卦点这个名
dumpling.
字叫啥来着？
And
你
in
们还记得吗？
Malaysia, there's another there's a energy bagua practice point called Pulau Tikus, energy bagua practice point. Pulau Tikus. So this time, this energy bagua practice point, we're going to share a lot of stories, and it's all, they all talked about their issues relating to something that later we will mention that. And so Penang is actually in north west of Malaysia. It is the second largest city in Malaysia. And so in 17 something, this city has already been established. Georgetown is actually an ancient city that was one of the cultural relics, and it is a multi-cultural, multi-religion country place, and Georgetown is very beautiful. Grandmaster said, in addition to very beautiful, it also has a lot of illnesses relating especially to the damp toxin. So now we're talking, so this energy bagua practice point, which is the Pulau Tikus energy bagua practice point, has already been established for 5 years. There are lots of benefits from energy bagua that I would like to share. So today's topic of our live stream is dampness expelled. So in Malaysia, there's always the dampness. When the weather is very hot and also humid, then there's a lot of dampness. So therefore, a lot of people have issues about dampness. Yesterday's class, we talked about different symptoms of, caused by the dampness. And today, let's listen to the first sharing from Zheng Xiuqiong to my name is Zheng Xiuqiong. I'm 55 years old. I started to have many health issues in 2014, including the urinary incontinence. When I felt like I need to urinate, I couldn't hold it, and it would come out even before I get to the washroom, and sometimes it happened in car rides too. Once I was having breakfast with my family in a restaurant. I wanted to go to the washroom, but there was a long lineup there, and I rushed out, and even before I come to the door, the urines all came down, and so luckily nobody saw me. It was very embarrassing, and I felt really bad, and so I didn't dare to drink water. When I'm at work, I went to the washroom 1 to 2 times every hour, and because of this urination problem, I didn't like to go outside because I was afraid of the the urge to go to the washroom. Both Western and traditional Chinese doctors suggested that I have medication to control this issue. However, it cannot be cured. My husband is a traditional Chinese doctor, a practitioner, and he suggested that I should take the traditional Chinese medicine to adjust my condition. I refused because I was scared of the side effects. I also had nocturia. I got up 3 to 4 times a night. It's difficult to go back to sleep afterwards. Sometimes I just close my eyes and try to force myself to sleep. I slept less than an hour on average, and this lasted for over 6 months. During the day, I'd start to feel tired, and I wanted to rest after working for an hour. Because of this condition, I made mistakes at work. My face, hands, and feet were swollen. It was difficult to get up in the morning because my fingers were swollen and I couldn't hold anything. So sometimes I needed to massage my own hands for 15 to 20 minutes. My body felt heavy, and sometimes I even need help to get dressed. The whole body was so heavy. And when seeing myself like this, I sometimes ask myself, how come I'm only 40 years old and I have so many issues? After walking Energy Bagua, after walking Energy Bagua for about a month, I can say my urinary incontinence has completely healed. It was only after the fact did I realize, oh, I've been working without going to the washroom. It's already noontime and I haven't been to the washroom even once. When I realized that I didn't have this problem anymore, I felt like I'm having a new life. I'm reborn. I'm so happy. And after walking Energy Bagua for about a week, my sleep quality started to improve. Previously, I only slept for less than an hour each night on average. I mentioned before. Now, each night I can sleep for 6 hours on average. Before walking Energy Bagua, I had to go to washroom 4 to 5 times every night, and after that, after walk for a week, I only went to the washroom 2 times each night on average. It's 50% better. Now I don't have nocturia anymore, and I can sleep through the night. I wake up full of energy, which powers me through the afternoon and into the evening. After walking for about 2 months, I woke up on morning and felt that my hands are not stiff. I realized the swelling had gone and I can lift up my arm like a normal person. The swelling on my hands, feet, and face improved, and I wasn't even aware when it all disappeared. I'm sincerely grateful to Grandmaster. Without Master, I may not be here anymore. My life was reborn because Grandmaster transformed me and gave me health and confidence. I feel so secure now. Thank you, Grandmaster. So after walking Energy Bagua, the urinary incontinence is completely recovered, and look at her. She was drinking water like freely, and so she finally had confidence. She was growing up in this very humid place, and she had so much dampness, so that her whole body had the swelling, and because water wasn't cleared, and she had lots of urines, and she had also nocturing, like getting up many times at night, especially the urinary incontinence. Even just cough or maybe sneeze will bring the urine out, and that brings a lot of confidence to her. And just look how fast Energy Bagua brought the change in her. And before, she could even only sleep for 1 hour. How could she survive? But only 1 week after walking Energy Bagua, she was able to sleep 6 hours a night. This is such a huge difference. And after 1 month of walking Energy Bagua, the urinary incontinence and also the nocturne, also both of them improved so much for the whole morning. She almost forgot, oh no, it's already noon, and she didn't even need to go to the washroom. It's just amazing. And after 2 months, the swelling disappeared. So it's only 2 months. After 3 months, she didn't need to go to the washroom at night. She could sleep through the night. So, walking Energy Bagua, 100 days to establish the foundation. So 100 days, like all of the dampness seemed, the effect and the damage caused by the dampness all disappeared. Yeah. She went to see all kinds of doctors, and they all recommended the medications. And she, any medication would have side effects, but Energy Bagua has no side effects at all. And it's such a quick recovery. So congratulations. So this is the first sharing from the Pulau Tikus Energy Bagua practice point. So let's look at this one from Ye Meiyun. So she
我叫叶美云，今年52岁。之前我患有慢性气管炎嘛，我30多岁开始吧。
So I used to have the trichitis and from very young, and the symptom was that I will always cough and a lot of phlegm, and it was so serious, and it always will relapse, and so it felt just the whole yeah, the airways are blocked, and the doctor said maybe it's seasonal, and so since it would relapse when the weather changed, so he thought it was related to allergy and it might be genetic. He asked me if other people in my family had similar issues. I said yes, my dad has it. It happens 4 to 5 times every year, but each time it takes several weeks to get better, sometimes many months. For example, when my husband opened the newspaper, I'd feel very uncomfortable sitting beside him. I would ask him to step away and don't be too close to me because the smell from the newspaper made me terribly uncomfortable. And the airways are so uncomfortable. And so they were, my airways were so sensitive and would start to cough. My chest appeared caved in. It's because of all the coughing. When I was a teenager, I had a blood test. There were very few red blood cells, and then they realized that I had hereditary thalassemia. My mom, my sister, and my son all have thalassemia. So my face complexion is not very well. There is no medical cure. Common anemia can be fixed by eating foods rich in iron, but our issue lies in the genes. Our blood is defective. I'm afraid being cold. The weather in Malaysia is very, very hot, but to me, a light breeze feels cold. My fingernails and toenails are purple. Were purple usually. I didn't turn on the air conditioner. I felt dizzy and couldn't stand steady if I was in a crowd. Once I was at the cashier and then there were too many people. I felt hot and stuffy and maybe there was no oxygen. My vision went black and I felt down, collapse. And because of the medicines are ineffective, I decided to see a traditional Chinese doctor. The TCM doctor I saw is the leader at our Energy Bagua practice point. So he introduced Energy Bagua to us and recommended us to practice it. After walking for 2 months, my tracheitis improved tremendously. So I continue to walk Energy Bagua every day, and I've been practicing for 4 years already. My coughing problem has healed completely. Will not relapse when I smell newspaper or perfume. I can breathe easily now. After walking for about 6 months, my dizziness problem healed as well, and they didn't return when I stood for a long time or got up from a squatting position. I didn't feel dizzy in crowded places too. I didn't have to wear long sleeve shirts or a jacket outdoor anymore because I feel very warm. My hands and feet are not cold anymore, and my fingers are no longer purple. The fingernails are reddish, and they don't feel cold anymore. I remember Grandmaster said that illness is only a big deal when you don't practice Energy Bagua. I'm very grateful for Grandmaster JinBodhi's Energy Bagua practice because I've gained health and happiness. I always volunteer. I love to volunteer at the Energy Bagua practice point and meditation center. Even with a very busy life, and providing service to everyone is the most meaningful thing in my life. I hope I can bring more people to come and walk Energy Bagua, and so that more people can benefit. Thank you, Grandmaster JinBodhi. So the chronic tracheitis was recovered, dizziness disappeared, hand and feet no longer get cold. So Mei Yun, she has 2 genetic issues, and it's very, problematic. From her father is the chronic tracheitis. Is very it's a very frustrating, and I know some seniors, they have either chronic tracheitis or bronchitis. Whenever there's some wind or something, then they will start to cough. It's almost like asthma, and they would be short of breath. Yeah, so and they will be like that, yes. And they will cough, and they would have phlegm, and it's very uncomfortable. And so she coughs so much that her chest is caved in. It's very serious. And you can see that right now she is still very young, but she has already been suffering the chronic tracheitis for over 10 years. And the second genetic issue is from her mother, which is the thalassemia. And that actually caused thalassemia. So they don't have enough red blood vessels, and then so she couldn't hold much oxygen, and then of course she doesn't have enough oxygen. She would have dizziness and feel tired and fatigue and lack of energy. And once she fell down and collapsed at the cashier. So her mother has thalassemia, her sister and herself and her son, they all had the genes, and so they all suffered from thalassemia. And so we hope that her whole family will be able to free from the sufferings of thalassemia. Yeah. Luckily, she started to walk Energy Bagua, and she also mentioned at the Energy Bagua practice point, she was encouraged by the leader of this point, and after only 2 months of walking Energy Bagua, the chronic tracheitis was already healed. In a very humid area, to fully cure the tracheitis is very, very difficult. The humidity, could always irritate the airways. And so in 2 months to cure that is very difficult. And so she was thinking that maybe traditional Chinese doctor will cure her, but this very kind traditional Chinese doctor is very kind, and he also practiced Energy Bagua, so he recommended Energy Bagua. And so actually Energy Bagua is even more effective than those Chinese medicines. So within 2 months, more than 10 years of tracheitis was, dramatically improved. Right now, she's fully recovered. Yeah, and also for thalassemia, it is a genetic disease. And she walked Energy Bagua for 6 months. She doesn't feel cold anymore. Her face started to have the red color, reddish, and it is all, and she's not dizzy anymore. So these are all showing that her blood cells are increasing, and so walking Energy Bagua actually helps her to recover without having to take a lot of medicines. We're really happy for Mei, and we're so happy for her. So we're very happy, and we also hope that Grandmaster, could you give them some gifts for Mei Ying and the other show Yun?
好，
Mei Ying
这位第一位是秀琼哈，郑秀琼
and
师姐
Shou
哈，
Chong. Yes.
送你一个
I
这个
will
绿松石的一个坠子哈，
gift you this
祝你健康
turquoise
长寿如意吉
pendant.
祥
Wish you health, longevity, auspiciousness, and wish fulfillment. This is for Zheng Xiuqiong.
这个吧，
Okay, and this
还有一个
one.
呢，小手链哈，
And this
这个送给
bracelet
这位
is
叫美云
for
师姐
Mei
哈，
Yun.
祝你
This
如意
is-
吉祥。
I wish you
长命百岁。
auspiciousness, wish fulfillment, and live 100 years. Thank you,
这两
Grandmaster.
种类别
Received.
的问题其实
So these issues
不太好治。
actually are very difficult to
我
cure.
们在普通和大众聊天之中
When
啊，
we're
第一个
chatting
这个
with
容易
people,
尿失禁的这个，
yeah.
一个是
So
没什么特效药
when people cannot hold their
另外
urines,
来说
well, it's very
呃
embarrassing, and
也没有一
there's
种
no
特有的专科能
specific
治疗这个。
medicine especially effective for that. However, this incontinence, urine incontinence is actually quite common in some senior women, and they dare not even cough. And when they cough, then their pants will be wet. It's actually so embarrassing and makes people lose confidence. They didn't even do something, and the urine already
因为违背了你的自
came
然的
out,
一种
and
叫
so
做有尊严的常态。
So you will
所以觉得
feel
心里
like
好没尊严
undignified. They
啊
just feel
对
like
所以对他的精神打击也
losing
很大
the dignity, and so it's really a big
但是像这些
yeah
问题呢，这些问题的话呢，我觉得哈，这个而且它还加成肿嘛，
and she was also having a lot of swellness on her
有
body.
两
So
种说明，就是我们
for
按照
these
所谓的
issues,
中国医学的判断哈，
according to the
第一
traditional
个就是
Chinese
湿
medical
毒
system, first
第二个
it's
呢
caused by
是
the damp toxin.
元气
And second
元气或者
is
肾能量
lack of
太
vital
弱了
energy
太虚
or
弱
a lack of
当
the
这个肾能
energy
量太虚弱
in
之后呢，
the
你这个
kidney
能量
system.
呢，
And
就包
so
括你说
when
漏
your
尿
lack of vital
或者当然
energy,
说包括漏其
then
他的
you
什么
would
什么东
lose
西
like
都是可能的。
urines
就是
or
有点
lose
就是
other important things
这
too.
个元气的充足呢，就好比是个
When
三军元
we're
帅，
full of vital energy,
是吧？
vital
我给哪
energy
个
is
部
like
门
the
给将
marshal.
令，你才能执行干
Yeah,
活。
then
是
he
吧？
will give
就是我 hold 得住你，
order
赶不上
to
赶不上
every
打二杀
organs
完，
or
实在
every
不行
yeah
斩
to
首
do
是吧？
this and to do
哎，他
that.
hold 得住他。
And so
哎，
what the vital
这个元气弱了
energy
之后呢，
can
大家一看，
have the power
这些
to
将领们一看，
to
和元
order
帅
them, to give
病了，
orders. And so when
我们
vital
就不怕
energy
他了。
is very low,
哎，
then it's like
是
the
吧？你连
the
话都说
general
不
or the
清楚，
marshal
耳朵
is
听
too
不清
weak,
楚，
and
眼睛
so
看不清楚，
all these
哎，他们就不听话了。
soldiers or your organs are like the soldiers, so
所以为
then
什
they
么大
don't
家特别关注世界
listen
领导人
anymore. So
是怎
that's
么样？
why,
不管大国小国哈，
yeah,
哎，
whatever
你超过
country it
500
is
万
in
人
a
口的都算大
big
国，
country
他
or
的总
small
统怎么
country
样，周
over
边国
5
家
million
特别的
people,
关
it's
心，
a big country.
因为一
And
旦
so
总统病倒
everybody
或者去
will
世，立刻世界
be
大乱。
very
对不对？
concerned
哎，
about
就是这样
their
的。
president's
哎，
house.
同样
If
身
the
体也是这个道
president
理哈。
pass
所以
away,
这个
then the whole
元气呢，
country
是
will
你这个一个人
be
类的
affected.
这
Yeah.
全身的
And so the
总能量
vital
的统合。
energy is
这个能量强了，
the manager
所有
for
的功
all
能
the
都是好用
energy
的。
and the organs of the whole body. When you have enough vital energy, then your eyes will be clear, your ears will function well, and you'll be able to hold urines very easily. And so when she has the urination incontinence, it's very difficult to cure. However, walking Energy Bagua cured that, and very quickly. So the only thing we can do is to give her a round of applause. Oh, the round of applause should be to Energy Bagua and to Grandmaster for teaching us this. And yesterday we talked about a lot of the food that is good for our health to release those dampness. So you should start to eat those food to dispel more dampness, and plus Energy Bagua, so you'll be even better. And also Mingmen, his father gave him a disease, his mother gave him another disease, and even her son also got that. Yeah, so usually the genetic disease goes to maybe 5 to 6 generations. Yeah, this is very severe. And tracheitis is also very difficult to cure. In the north, when it's cold, then it would be hard to breathe. In the south, they still have tracheitis. In Malaysia, when it's very hot, do you know what would you feel? Like it's like the hottest place all year round. Yeah, in the Pure Land, it is like the spring all year round. But in Malaysia, it's like summer all year round. So in such, when it's raining outside, do you know what it felt? It felt like in the sauna room, so wet and hot. And when you breathe, you feel like in the sauna room. And the clothes, when you wear, you feel very uncomfortable. And in your pants, you feel very wet air, and it's just so uncomfortable. And she already had very bad airways, and so when she was breathing, it was so asthma, bronchitis, tracheitis are very popular there, and therefore in Malaysia and Singapore, they also one thing is very popular is the athlete's feet. Athlete's foot. It's even more popular than cell phones. And the second one is asthma. And even more popular is the dampness, damp toxin. And so there's so many people bothered by dampness. I think today our online friends who are listening to this live stream may have already been attacked by the dampness. So now let's continue to listen to another sharing. Oh, my name is Tao Jingjing. I'm 62 years old. Before walking Energy Bagua, I was in 2016 and 2017. I started to have health problems. I often had dizziness, palpitation, and ringing in my ear. When it got more severe, I couldn't walk steadily, and my steps were unsteady. When I got dizzy, I had to lay down because I was scared of falling. It comes very sudden, so I didn't know when it will start again. And so I often went to see doctors, traditional Chinese doctor, Western doctors. Even the traditional Chinese doctor told me to control my blood sugar. And the Western doctor said the same. My fasting blood sugar level was 7 and 8. After eating, it will rise to 13 or 15. I didn't know why it was so difficult for me to control blood sugar level, no matter what I did. Later on, it became even worse and affected my life severely. I was just over 50. What should I do from now on? Now, starting Energy Bagua. I clearly remember on November the 1st, 2017, my friend introduced me to walk Energy Bagua. Good fortune came since that day. After eating, my level was below 7. It's been 5 years and everything is still normal. After walking Energy Bagua for 3 months, all the dizziness, palpitation, ringing in the ear, all disappeared. Nothing bothered me anymore. I've always been extremely grateful for Grandmaster JinBodhi's Energy Bagua. When a new Energy Bagua practice forum started, I volunteered to be the deputy leader. And so everybody practice here can also gain health and happiness. So the dizziness, palpitation, ringing in the ear disappeared, diabetes disappeared, blood sugar back to normal. Well, she actually walked Energy Bagua 5 years before. The diabetes. She suffered from diabetes, which also caused dizziness, palpitation, ringing in the ear. And she remembered November the 1st, 2017 was the first day she started to walk Energy Bagua, and 3 months later, all of these disappeared. I still remember when I was in Malaysia, she actually was overjoyed to share with Grandmaster, and she was laughing like a teenager. She was just so grateful and so happy and so excited because the symptoms has been for so many years. She had no way to cure it, and she was worried about her future. And only 3 months, like 100 days, all of these recovered. And so she determined to help more people and teach more people Energy Bagua so that more people can learn and benefit. So she now became the deputy leader of the Energy Bagua practice point. So Grandmaster said, if the high blood sugar persists, what might happen? Well, diabetes will cause, it's the pancreas problem, and the digestion also will have problem. It can also cause a lot of complications. Their eyes can even go blind, and their hands and legs might get ulcers, and even they have to, lose their hands or legs, or maybe they will have high blood sugar, and they may have also kidney problems. It can also lead to kidney infection. And so diabetes can cause a lot of very threatening diseases. So when you're reaching a certain age, you need definitely to have a healthy diet, less oil, less salt, less sugar. These three is so important when we go to India, Myanmar, and also Chinese people in Malaysia. When they drink tea, they put a lot of sugar. They always like it to be very sweet. So this kind of feeling, it's not like an adult. Yes, it is very sweet in your mouth, but it will cause damage in your body. Do you know what can cause? When the problem comes, it could be very terrible. So Tao Jingjing is wonderful. She actually benefited very quickly. She's so lucky, and we're so happy for her. So should we give her a gift? You see, I voluntarily said that. I really would do that. Wow, this is wonderful. What is this? Oh, turquoise bracelet. Oh, if she, wow, Tao Jingjing, look, you'll be so beautiful. So wish you health and longevity. Thank you, Grandmaster. Okay, let's continue. Let's watch brothers sharing. My name is Huang Baoling. I'm from Penang, and I'm 65 years old. Before retirement, I was a lecturer from a professional normal college, and I had hemorrhoid problems for over 20 years. It's an external hemorrhoid. For example, when I went to the washroom in the morning, I would suddenly see the entire toilet bowl is bloody red. When it happened, it affected my mood, especially my temper at work, and I didn't talk very nicely. Furthermore, it affected my diet. I couldn't eat anything sour, spicy, or deep-fried food. I used to see traditional Chinese medicine doctors. After taking some traditional Chinese medicine, it will be relieved for a little while. However, I was already prepared. I knew that I would have to need a surgery sooner or later. Well, ever since walking Energy Bagua, she said, after the 7th day of walking Energy Bagua, I realized that my hemorrhoid got smaller by itself. Since then, I can eat foods that I enjoy, that I like. I never would see the toilet bowl full of blood ever since. And my right index finger and middle finger, at night I would suddenly woke up, it would be like this. It's so painful. I would wake up because of the pain. I have to push it back, and then I went to see doctors. Oh, they cannot help. Only surgery can solve this problem. And then I thought, the Energy Bagua actually helped my external hemorrhoid. Then, of course, this will help this too. So I continued to practice until one day, there's no problem without even knowing. It's all recovered, all well. And I woke up one morning and found that I couldn't lift up my arm anymore. It's very difficult for me to wear clothes. I went to see a doctor too, and he said it's frozen shoulder because there's inflammation. So I needed to have physiotherapy. Every time I went for physiotherapy, the therapist say, you had great progress. What have you been doing? He was very curious. I told him that I practice Energy Bagua for an hour. And now I also practice Energy Bagua aerobics. And so without even knowing, now, before I was like this and now it's like that. It's now almost 80% recovered. After we have the Grandmaster app, I will use the calendar to record my practice. I also use Grandmaster app to record my practice. Persistence will bring you benefits, and the results. Energy Bagua bring me so many benefits. I want to say to all the friends who are also retired, come out and walk Energy Bagua under the tree. Thank you, Grandmaster, for your amazing practice. So 20 years of external hemorrhoid disappeared. The trigger finger disappeared. Frozen shoulder recovered. So this teacher Huang, a lot of his issues were either greatly improved or completely disappeared. Hemorrhoid, even though it is not life-threatening, it is very frustrating. And so teacher Huang mentioned that he would go to the washroom and see the toilet bowl was bloody red, and it greatly affect his mood, and we definitely can understand. But 7 days, only 7 days after walking Energy Bagua, the 20 years of hemorrhoid got smaller by itself. And he didn't even need to go to do a surgery and didn't take any medicine. Only 7 days of Energy Bagua, this extremely frustrating problem didn't bother him anymore. And he was able to enjoy all the food that he loved. And so these days we were, we listen to Master teaching about those healthy food, even though those are for more cardiovascular diseases. So even though now you can enjoy, yummy food, but still try to use less spicy food, less, deep fried, no meat, no alcohol, no smoke, and less salt, less sugar, less oil, and trigger finger. Yeah, so that's their fingers are so stiff, and it will just bend like that. They have to push with the other hand to put the finger back. The fingers are very connected to our heart, and it's not like when your fingers are very flexible, it's very easy. But when it's very stiff and when you force it to go back, it's very painful. And it also caused a lot of stress for him. And every day like that would be so suffering. And so this teacher Huang said, only 7 days Energy Bagua helped my hemorrhoid. Definitely Energy Bagua will help my trigger finger. And so without knowing, his trigger finger disappeared. And another issue that teacher Huang has is the frozen shoulder. This is a very common issue for many people, maybe because of, because of some wind blow on the shoulder, or maybe dampness. And so he persisted in walking Energy Bagua, and 6 months later, the frozen shoulder. Yeah, he's very good and very wise in persist in the practice. Even though he had all these pain, he would still, he would still persist in the practice in walking Energy Bagua, and therefore the therapist was very surprised and curious what he did. And now he also do the Energy Bagua aerobics. And actually this Energy Bagua aerobics is a very gentle exercise for all the joints, and so this greatly helps his problems. And so he would write and record on the Grandmaster app. So he's telling everybody to persist the practice. So everything will, everybody will receive the benefit and improvement. So his problem are caused by dampness. And another thing is because of lack of energy. To a certain age, even if you used to be healthy before, especially after 60 years old, your overall energy level, including your vital energy, are all, very low. And his trigger finger, at night, it would, it would bend over just automatically, and he would have to push it. Do you know why? Yeah, the joints are very stiff. Yes, that's a symptom. So it is the dampness and the chilliness that is stuck in the liver, especially stuck in the liver. And then the liver will generate less blood. And so the heart before, when the heart pumps, there will be maybe 1 bowl of blood, and now maybe only half a bowl of blood. And you see that the finger cannot, smooth. Yeah, and also he might have some blocked, some very gentle blockages in the blood vessels. So you still continue to walk Energy Bagua. Otherwise, it could cause quite serious issues. So he had the dampness and also lack of vital energy, and his cardiovascular system, vascular disease. These are all connected, and it was good that he came to walk Energy Bagua. He actually, he's a very serious person. Artists are always, very, artistic, but scientists are very serious. But whenever they decide to do something, they will do very carefully. And And so when I do things, if the teacher didn't teach me, then they won't do it. But that's also a problem. He would do things, conscientiously. And he would also record. Yeah, look at you all. You didn't make any records of your practice. You bought a very big notebook, but you didn't record anything. But look at Teacher Huang. He made very good records. Yeah, but if you haven't told him to do that, he will never do that, because if the teacher hasn't mentioned that, then that's not scientific, so he will not do it. For him to be able to maintain such health is already very good, and he was lucky that he encountered Energy Bagua. Well, Joy said actually Teacher Huang is always listening, so that's an advantage too. Now he know Grandmaster JinBodhi, and he know Energy Bagua. So if he would always listen to Grandmaster and do whatever Grandmaster says, and that's good. Can we give him a present so he will be more flexible? Oh, this is a great blessing. Thank you. So, wish Teacher Huang Baolin health, longevity every day, happy and joyful. Thank you. Received. Thank you, Grandmaster. And the next sharing is from an even older lady, and let's see what benefit she had. Oh, my name is Jiang Yingzhen. I'm 74 years old. A very poor health starting in December 2015. For some unknown reason, my left foot could not extend straight. Because of this, I tend to fall when I walk. For over 10 years, I've been having lower back pain once every 2 to 3 months. I couldn't squat, and it was very difficult to sit down or stand up. I needed to go to the doctor or get injections for it. I also have to have massage, and after a while, my right leg started to be painful too. I must have to use wheelchair soon. It was very scary just to think about it. Whenever I go out, I had to use a walking stick, which is my husband's left hand. In March 2019, at the Pulau Tikus Energy Bagua point, I learned to walk Energy Bagua there. The sisters there taught me with dedication. Within 3 months, 108 days, I was fully able to extend my foot. My lower back pain also disappeared in the 3 months of walking Energy Bagua, along with my leg issues. I can walk with ease. I don't have to take analgesic injections. Before, I couldn't squat, but later on, I was doing prostration in a class, and suddenly I realized, oh, I can squat and prostrate easily. What a miracle. Also, my right arm, I couldn't lift up my arm for over a decade. At most, I could only lift it here and not any higher. Also, in 3 months of walking Energy Bagua, the problems are gone. I'm extremely grateful for Grandmaster JinBodhi. I'm really grateful. I always told my husband and everyone, I will follow Grandmaster JinBodhi until the last day of my life. I'm most grateful. I don't just want myself to be good and healthy. I want everybody to be healthy. I will introduce more people to walk Energy Bagua because Grandmaster's practice is just amazing. So for her, left foot was able to extend, and 10 years of lower back pain disappeared. And yeah, so she is already 74 years old. She said, I will follow Grandmaster until the last day of my life. She wants to be healthy and live long. So a lot of the issues are relating to the age too. And for some reason, her left foot wasn't able to stretch. an extent straight. And so that has been already been 4 years. But after 3 months of walking Energy Bagua, she was able to walk freely. And her, lumbar, it was like once every 2 to 3 months, he would have lower back pain. And also 3 months of walking Energy Bagua, she doesn't have the lower back pain. Wow. For a senior, this is such a wonderful thing. And for the arm, she was not able to raise up her arm. For 10 years, she wasn't able to reach up high. And now there's no problem for her to reach high. And a lot of seniors, the common issue is that they're not able to squat. And before she was like that, she couldn't squat down, and it would be hard to sit down and stand up. However, after the Energy Bagua class, and she can not only do Energy Bagua but also do prostration very easily. So that's why she said, I would follow Grandmaster JinBodhi until the last day of my life, and she want to recommend Energy Bagua to everybody. She said, not only myself I benefit, I want everybody to benefit. So Grandmaster said, remember that she's already 74. The reason for me to mention that is that I met some seniors, and then they say, oh, you see, I'm already a senior. A lot of degenerations are normal. And even if I practice, there might not be any result. And because a lot of doctors would say degenerations are just normal. Yes, degeneration is normal, and the practice will make it abnormal. So this aging and degeneration, we can change that. You have the pain, we can make you lose that pain. And if you're dizzy, and we can change that situation. So being sick is normal, but practicing Energy Bagua can bring you health and better. And so seniors, don't lose confidence, don't lose hope. If you have any opportunity, rush to come and practice. It will definitely bring you wonderful results. And so can we also give her a gift? Congratulations. Congratulations. All right. So Jiang Yunzhen, sister, I'll gift you this turquoise pendant. So beautiful. I wish you health, longevity, auspiciousness, and wish fulfillment. Received. Thank you, Grandmaster. And next, let's watch sharing from an English student.
My name is Long Wei Chen. I'm 67 years old. Before I started Energy Bagua, I have this kneecap pain and my back pain. I don't like to rely on friends or family to take care of me. My back pain, it just came by itself. I don't know what happened. Every night I have to ask my husband to massage for me, before I can sleep. If not, I cannot sleep. But the doctor said nothing. I thought I got a spur in my back, but they said nothing. X-ray showed me nothing. My lifestyle is so easy. Sleep, eat, and watching TV. Watching TV every day until grow so fat. Even the chair, the deck chair I sit, I've broken 4 pieces already. After walking Energy Bagua for 1 year, my leg becomes stronger and my back pain also not painful already. Not pain already. So when I will go shopping, hey, I can walk so fast already. No need to look for a chair to sit or a place to sit. So I'm very happy. Before Energy Bagua, I used to go up the stairs, but when I come down, I have to walk backward. That's for years, 5 years I think. When the kneecap pain, go up, come down, backward. Now no need already, can go up, can go down already. Very smooth. Then my back, my husband no need to massage for me already every night. He is so happy already. Every year, I know I will cough for 5 years like that. Coughing. So whenever it's in December, I know end of the year, the cough will come. I don't know what they call it. They call it 100 days cough, 3 months cough. Then the cough is so painful, I have to hit my chest to ease my pain. Sometimes even the phlegm come out. So But I went to see doctor. The doctor said, nothing, just giving cough drop, that's all. I take cough drop also useless, cannot cure me. So when I do Energy Bagua, wow, the cough gone. Because I'm expecting another coughing coming already. So how come no cough? Up to now the cough didn't come. So after doing for 5 years, I now lost 12 kg already. Now I'm 66 kg. I'm so happy about it. So I fall in love with Bagua already. I like to thank Master. Bagua is my only exercise. I love Bagua. Thank you.
那我们的这美珍师姐真是听到她魔性般的笑声，都印象很深刻。
Yeah, everybody will be impressed by her laugh. So she's definitely very happy, very happy. Yeah, well, when you listen to her sharing, every day she was just eating and sleeping and watching TV, and there were 4 chairs actually damaged just because she lay on it, and she had the kneecap pain, and when she walked down the stairs, she would have to she used to walk backwards, and so whatever happened, it's caused by the kneecap pain, but then she couldn't live without other people's help, and so every night she would ask her husband to do massage here and there, and every night her husband need to, serve her, kind of. And so we said, okay, let's walk Energy Bagua really well. And so first of all, we will live past the golden age of 99. And secondly, we don't need anybody to serve us. And so our partners will be happy, and also the chairs would be happy, right? Yeah. Let's see, after 1 year, her legs are very strong and her lower back pain disappeared, and so she felt very happy, and she would laugh like that. And she lost 12 kilograms. Yeah. Yeah, look at the picture. She was like a different person. She is now a different person. She now is much more fit, and she can walk up and down the stairs easily. When she's sleeping, her lower back won't be painful. And so it sounds like very small issues, but whoever has those issues, you will feel it's very painful, even though every day she didn't need to go to work, and she didn't need to, just she only need to eat and sleep, and it's not a good life. It's still quite suffering. And also the coughing, the whooping cough. Yeah, it usually is for little kids. I remember we also even had vaccines for that. I don't know if it is the same issue. How come, at this age can have that? But anyways, she would cough and cough so hard. And for a senior lady, it's very painful. And every year she would have that and suffer for 3 months. But now, after walking Energy Bagua, the coughing never came back, and so she can just laugh. Yeah. So we're so happy for her, and she has really a very good personality, and very open-minded and very outgoing. And so should we also give her a gift? Sure, Grandmaster said.
好，送美珍师姐呢这样一个
So
小手链
this bracelet is for Mei Zhen.
松石的哈。
This is a turquoise bracelet. Beautiful. Wish Mei Zhen health, happiness, live to 100 years. And so let's watch the next sharing from this Energy Bagua practice point. This is from a gentleman, and let's see his benefits. My name is Li Foen, and I'm 57 years old. I'm a TCM practitioner. 10 years ago, I had difficulty sleeping. it was difficult for me to fall asleep. I had to read or drink beer to fall asleep. But sometimes it didn't work. I could only fall asleep at 2, 3 a.m. every night, and I only slept for 4 hours. So I usually would feel very tired in the following day, and I couldn't work efficiently, and I didn't have energy. I also had trigger finger starting 2014 because of my trigger finger. Every morning my hand would be stiff. I couldn't open my hand to put on my rings. I have to use the other hand to pull the fingers open and put on the wedding ring. As I pull for 1 to 2 minutes, my fingers would straighten with the snap, but when it snapped open, I felt some pain in my heart. So I didn't dare to force it open like this. I slowly pulled on it. Sometimes I couldn't open it at all. Medically, the situation was very severe, and I needed to have surgery. But if you had surgery on this tendon, it will just switch to another tendon. You'd have surgery for the left hand, then the right hand, so I didn't want surgery. 10 years ago, because I needed to stand at work, I developed the varicose veins on my legs. It looked ugly when I wore shorts. You see many blue veins. If you don't treat it, it will lead to many issues like ulcers and leg pain. Usually the doctors would treat you with medicine used for hemorrhoids or injection, and it's not very effective. So now, Energy Bagua on Facebook. When I saw the Energy Bagua on Facebook and how it helped patients to become normal, I went to the first Energy Bagua practice point in Penang, which was in Farlim. After walking Energy Bagua for a month, I didn't need to rely on reading or drinking beer to fall asleep. I can sleep starting at about 10 every night and wake up at 5 in the morning, and I don't feel tired waking up anymore. 6 months after walking Energy Bagua, I woke up one morning and I noticed that I don't have stiff fingers anymore. They were not swelling, and I can put on my ring right away. And so I'm really happy. Also about 6 months, my varicose veins disappeared. No dark blue veins on my legs. Now I'm healthy. My sleep disorder is gone. My joints are fine. So every day there are different patients visiting the TCM clinic. For people who didn't want to take medication or those whose condition would not be fundamentally treated by modern medicine, as a traditional Chinese medical practitioner, before didn't give up on them. He encouraged them to walk Energy Bagua so they can regain good health. They used to be doctor and patient. Now they're fellow practitioners. So every day, sun or shine, they will find Li Fuan here every day, quickly and she's always with them. Energy Bagua has opened a brand new path to health, and Li Fuan also has a new call of life. I will develop more Energy Bagua practice point to help more people. Thank you, Grandmaster. So no more insomnia, the trigger finger disappeared, 10 years of varicose veins disappeared. And so he is the leader of this Energy Bagua practice point. And so he's the husband for Xiu Chong, the first sharing, remember, who had the urination incontinence, and so a lot of these sharings are from his patients. Yes, so he recommended them to Energy Bagua practice point, and Energy Bagua healed many people and saved many people, and he benefited a lot. For many years, he wasn't able to sleep and fall asleep, and he had to read and sometimes need to drink some beer to fall asleep, and then he would wait until like maybe 2, 3 a.m. to fall asleep. But only 1 month after walking Energy Bagua, he can now sleep 7 hours. Before it was like 4 hours, so it's a big difference. And he was also like that teacher Huang. He also has the trigger finger, and it's because of the dampness, and it's so painful. And when he forced the fingers to open, it would be very, very painful. And so 6 months after walking Energy Bagua, he doesn't need to push the fingers open, and it would be easy for him to wear the wedding rings. And another very important issue for him is the varicose. It's already been 10 years. Maybe, well, he's not that old, but he has such serious varicose. Yeah, so they're like the snails on the calf. And he didn't want to wear shorts because it just looked ugly. And he's a traditional Chinese practitioner, and so, however, he couldn't heal himself. However, yeah. Very quickly after walking Energy Bagua, the whole varicose, I think 6 months, varicose disappeared completely. And therefore, he made up his mind to share this and establish Energy Bagua practice point to recommend his family to come and walk Energy Bagua to help everybody to acquire total health and well-being. So he's a doctor. He is a professional doctor, and of course, doctors always like their patients to recover. As a doctor, and he is very open-minded when he sees that some patients with the traditional Chinese medicine, if that cannot cure them, then he would recommend them to come and walk Energy Bagua. As a doctor, we can really see his kindness and his virtue. And so in his Energy Bagua practice point, it has already been 5 years. And in 5 years, they have already helped 300 people to get healthy. And he also is helping the Penang Meditation Center to establish more Energy Bagua practice point. A lot of the Energy Bagua practitioners are his patients. And so only when he see his patient get well, then he feels happy. And because he himself also benefited from Grandmaster's Energy Bagua practice, and so he's very grateful. So Grandmaster said he's a really kind person. So varicose, doctors, as a doctor, he definitely knows there is no specific medicine for that. Yeah, some doctors will use the medicine for hemorrhoid, and so there's no specific effective medicine for that. And so doctors are just trying different medicines. Yeah, whatever medicine you use for anti-inflammation, these are only for the superficial symptoms. And so a volcano, it's because something deep inside that makes the lavas come out. If you're only clearing the lavas, the lavas are still running out. Nothing can stop it. So varicose has such a potential problem. So what is under the varicose? Yeah, it can even cause ulcer. And I heard from you, Grandmaster, in your hometown, there was someone who, yes, Grandmaster said, that was a doctor who was the director of the gynecological department. And when he showed me his leg, he really gave me good service, because we went to visit the hospital, and we also helped to heal late-stage liver cancer patient. And so in his hospital, they have an equipment that they could put a lot of sensors on your head and hands. And then there will be some electric waves. And I actually damaged his equipment. He said, yeah, he said, okay. He said he will, yeah, so he said he would be able to test my heartbeat or something. And then I said, oh, maybe I will damage your equipment. And then, yeah, so he put all the sensors on me, and in my mind I was thinking, oh, maybe I will damage the equipment, and immediately the needles go to the end, and then it starts to have smoke, and then I damaged the equipment. And when the equipment was damaged, he was shocked, and he said, oh, Grandmaster, could you look at my cows? And I said, you're a doctor, but he said, no, I couldn't help. And so he was wearing very loose clothes and loose pants. And so his cows were, really having the ulcer. They have all the, it's wrapped with the cloth, and the leg was like just being hit by a bomb. And there were like all these pus. And, yeah. And so someone said, oh, actually the other doctor said he needed amputation, but he said, no, he didn't want to have the amputation, but every night he would cry because of the pain. So he said, as a professional doctor, however, there are so many, well, to tell the truth, there are a lot of diseases that they have no way to help. And I have my way, so I won't give him medicine. I will introduce some other recipes for our online friends. At that time, I didn't even have a recipe. I just used my nuclear weapon to heal him. And very quickly, only after 1 month, his leg would have no pus at all. After 3 months, his leg was fully recovered. You won't be able to see any signs of of the previous illnesses. And so ever since then, he retired and would chant every day. And he went to Tibet and would do prostrations and pay homage to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. And so this Dr. Lu, he had the same problem, and he was very clear that there's no way to cure that. He was lucky that he walked Energy Bagua and for 3 months or something, or several months, or 6 months, anyways, he got cured. So yeah, so a lot of the doctors would say, oh, your leg already have problem. The doctor would say, oh, you have leg problems, so you shouldn't walk. Just like that English-speaking sharing, Rong Meizhen said, oh, you just lie. Oh, you can damage 10 chairs, but just lie without talking. Well, because it's not convenient to walk, but just walking, they don't have a good way of walking. So these people are very lucky people. I actually very respect Dr. Liu for his open-mindedness to help his patients. A doctor is like parents, so as long as the children can get well, whatever way to use is a good way. And so I will especially award him, and his spirit is very touching. Yes, very touching. Yes, Grandmaster said, very touching. So give me a plate, a medal. I have a very special medal. Compassion Ambassador. Compassion Ambassador. So this is a pin. And I also have the trophy. So these are for Li Fuan. You are a compassion ambassador. Huang Bang is his Dharma name, to have a compassionate heart as a bodhisattva to help all the people in the society. So these people are compassion ambassadors. Let's give him a round of applause. As a human being, to be happy, we definitely need to have gratitude. You benefit from here. So the way to give back or to show gratitude is to help more people, to pass it on. So I always recommend this, and this is very important. I'm touched by you. So Joy said, we will all learn from Dr. Li. We benefit from Grandmaster's teaching and the practices. We will help more people. So more people will benefit too. And we will also develop more Energy Bagua practice point to help more people. And I will also award this Energy Bagua practice point. Maybe I need to give them the award in advance. He did very well. They helped over 300 people, even though it is not the highest number of people, but this is already very outstanding. So for this Energy Bagua practice point, you are also outstanding leader of the Energy Bagua practice point. So this is also for you. Well, let's keep up. So let's also watch their Energy Bagua practice point. So this Energy Bagua practice point is at northwest of Malaysia. It's called Penang, as the pearl of the ocean. It is one of the 150 Energy Bagua practice points. The new mission from the traditional Chinese doctor. So because his wife had very serious disease, because she refused any kind of medications or any surgeries. So this couple tried continuously for different ways until they meet Energy Bagua. The 3 years of urination, incontinence, and insomnia, and all of these problems. After practicing Energy Bagua, she's completely recovered, and she's like having a complete new life. And when Yu Fuan was walking with his wife, Energy Bagua with his wife for 6 months and 3 years of insomnia, and also the trigger fingers and also the varicose all get well because they are so grateful for Grandmaster JinBodhi and grateful for Energy Bagua, give them new life. So this couple continuously promoting Energy Bagua, and in August 2018 when Penang want to start a second Energy Bagua practice point, he took the responsibility as a leader of them. When I see some clients that they don't want to take medicine and they're afraid of the side effects, but there's no other ways to help them, so we will recommend them to come and work Energy Bagua. Before, I had chronic tracheitis, and it was very hard to cure. I went to his traditional Chinese clinic, and he recommended me to walk Energy Bagua. And so in these 3 years, my tracheitis completely healed. Mr. Li introduced us to come and walk Energy Bagua. I walked 2 years now. My legs are very strong. My lower back very strong. My neck can move freely. I don't have any pain anymore. Mr. Li
introduced me to this Bagua energy practice. Yeah. He guides us together with the wife after the practice, I really perspire a lot, which I find difficulty in getting perspiring those days, last time.
In these 5 years, I see the leader of our Energy Bagua practice point. He did so much for every one of us. He's so sweet. And in 5 years, every day without stop, before even get sunrise, the couple would bring the flashlight and check every tree is safe so that the students will walk very safely. And they will also give them care and encouragement. So this Tikus Energy Bagua practice point have already helped over 300 people. Every day, average 60 people walking Energy Bagua here. In order for more people to learn Energy Bagua, after all the busy work, he would also go to another Chanrong Buya to help them to establish another Energy Bagua practice point until they can function independently. I will spread Energy Bagua to every corner of Penang. I also help to tell everybody Energy Bagua. Thank you, Grandmaster, to teach Energy. Everybody need to walk Energy Bagua. Thank you, Grandmaster. Thank you, Grandmaster. Energy Bagua bring us health. Energy Bagua, energy for life. Thank you, Grandmaster. We love you. Yay! Help patients is the mission of a doctor. As a professional medical practitioner, he knows that a lot of the diseases cannot be cured by the current medical system. However, Energy Bagua allow him to witness the miracles. And on this new path, he found the new path, and he will move forward and wish Energy Bagua will continue to grow in Malaysia and benefit more people in Malaysia. Wonderful. Let's give them a big round of applause. We're so happy. Yeah, the last 2 sessions, when we look at Qi Heng from Taiwan, we were very touched. And today, I feel the same in Malaysia. We have also Brother Huaibang also has this compassion. Yeah, we really want to give you a thumbs up. And that's why Grandmaster gave him this award as a compassion ambassador. So Grandmaster says, I want to repeat, everybody, to be happy, you need to have conscience, you need to have gratitude. So when we have the gratitude, we can care about everybody in need. So that will make ourselves very happy and make the whole world better and more beautiful. So I want to present a certificate to this Tikus Energy Bagua practice point. And as an outstanding Energy Bagua practice point, and hope more people will come to practice Energy Bagua. Walk Energy Bagua every day, live past the golden age of 99. Congratulations. Thank you, Grandmaster. And a lot of our online friends, and especially these 2 years because of the pandemic, they cannot travel very often. Maybe a lot of people haven't been to Malaysia, and maybe they haven't been to Penang. Have you been to Penang? Oh, yes, Grandmaster said, I've been there many times. Could you introduce this city a little more? And also, yeah. And later we will also share some benefits. So maybe we can we'll share some of our messages from our online friends. Oh, when the sister was sharing about the urine incontinence. Oh, and so another sister said, oh, thank you, Grandmaster. My mother was like too, and her urination incontinence also get healed. So I'll give her a gift too, because she needs to write the live chat very fast, and she did it. And so look, what a beautiful, colorful bracelet. And her mother also recovered from the urination incontinence. And wish your mother health, longevity, wish your whole family auspiciousness and wish fulfillment. Receive. Thank you, Grandmaster. An MS online friend said, oh, the serious hemorrhoid disappoint before, bowel movement will be like 30 minutes. Now, less than 1 minute. Oh, it's a little bit awkward, but this is something that everybody will need to have if you can have bowel movement very easily. So first, this is healthy, and secondly, it's very happy, right? Oh, I'll give you a present. So this 108 chanting beads wish you health, longevity, auspiciousness, and wish fulfillment. Receive. Thank you, Grandmaster. Shudongju said, thank you, Grandmaster. Energy Bagua is so wonderful. I walked 2 months and my blood sugar is lowered. It's all back to normal. And also the heartburn was also reduced dramatically. Thank you, Grandmaster. Oh, Grandmaster said, wonderful. I will also give you a present. Dongju. Okay. So this silver inlaid zi bead. I wish you health, longevity, auspiciousness, and wish fulfillment. And flower piece shared, oh, my mother-in-law before, when walking Energy Bagua, she couldn't bend her knees. After, now she can bend down and she can walk up and down the stairs. It's just like, so this is her mother-in-law, so that's her mother-in-law. A lot of older ladies are like that. So I will gift her mother-in-law the Canadian ginseng and ginseng roots. I wish your mother-in-law will be healthy and live long. So you can use this for tea. Amy All said, oh, lower back pain is really, really painful. Whenever I see my 80-year-old mom is so painful in the lower back, and I can only hear that, oh, she's so painful, and I can only do a little bit massage. But ever since she walked Energy Bagua, very rarely she would complain about the lower back pain, even though her posture might not be perfect, but she already doesn't feel the pain. Yes, this, even if you are not walking in a good posture, you're already having amazing results. What if you can even walk in a good standard posture? Yeah, so I will also give this mother a gift, coming together of water and wind. Wish this mother health, longevity, healthy and happy every day. And S.C. Ching said, oh, my neighbor also walked Energy Bagua. After 6 months, the 2 years of trigger finger also get healed. Oh, how come there are so many trigger fingers? Oh, Grandmaster said it usually happens in the south. So after 4 months of walking Energy Bagua, over a decade of high blood sugar is getting well. Now, all the blood test numbers are all normal. Yeah, so walking Energy Bagua to reduce blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol, that is definitely for sure. And so I will give them the gift. Yes, this aged fu tea. Oh, that's his neighbor. Yes, this aged fu tea. And after drinking this tea, I hope he will be healthy and happy every day. Tibetan aged fu tea. And Auntie Lee said, my mom also has an ulcer on the calves for a whole year. Nothing can help. But after only 1 month of walking Energy Bagua, it's completely healed. Yeah, the ulcered legs. Oh, that's wonderful, Grandmaster said. I'll give her a gift. So this time I'll give her something powerful. Yeah, the Jigang cup that used by emperors, lucky online friends, yes, to Wendy's mom. This is from the Ming Dynasty. The emperor will give this to the concubines. Yeah, Jigang, imitation of the Ming Dynasty Jigang cup. Oh, chicken. Chicken cup. So these are used by the emperors and concubines and empresses. So this is for your mother. I hope your mom will look at this cup and be happy every day and healthy. More? Do you have further ones? Let's look at the next one. Star J said, hello, Grandmaster. My mother has walked Energy Bagua for over 10 years, and the herniated discs are healed, and a lot of ladies also know heart disease and short of breath and congested chest. They all got healed, and now we have a bigger and bigger team now. So it's wonderful. So this is the last one of our online friends sharing. So we will have more to share later. So this is his mother's herniated disc is healed, and some other old ladies. Yeah, a group of them all get healed. Okay.
好，给他的妈妈。送一颗这样的漂亮的天珠。
How about this beautiful zibit for his mom, and also something else for the rest of the practitioners. These ones, this is very auspicious. This is the golden veins silk scarf. So all these are for you and your fellow practitioners. It's very easy to mail to you. So all these beautiful grandmothers. All right, so my blessings to these grandmothers. All right, so let's continue. We'll stop reading our online friends' comments now. Okay, so that's introduce the beautiful Penang to everyone. It is a very good city. It is actually on an island. The most, I've actually been there before, and it's a great place. At night, when I can't sleep, I'll go walk onto the street and trying to find durian. The hotel that I was staying at, there is an elderly man. Everyone else have already closed their shop, but he continued to sell durian. And he asked me how many you want to eat. I was a northern man, and I don't know how many I should eat. So I said, okay, I'll get one durian. And then so I realized I couldn't sleep on the following day. And that elder man was very nice to me, and he recommended me to eat a specific fruit along with durian, and this fruit is called mangosteen. If you don't eat mangosteen with durian together, otherwise you will have any acne breakouts, because durian has a lot of heat energy. Don't think that if you are eating vegetarian food, you won't get heat. Many fruits and vegetables have a lot of heat energy. For example, so durian has a lot of heat energy, and you can't eat too much of it. People who knows how to eat it will only eat 1 or 2 slices. And many good hotels wouldn't allow you to bring durian into the hotel, because one person eating the hotel will bring this special fragrance to the entire hotel. And there's also a lot of other good food in Penang. There's also a night market. Do we have any pictures? Wow, this night market looks very good. So it's a Gurney Drive Hawker Center. Gurney Drive Hawker Center.
新官仔角夜市啊，这里头啥都有。
There's a lot of food. There's so many people. Their food is actually very cheap compared to Canada. It's probably 1/5 of Canadian price. Have you had this before? This is called sando. When you visit Penang, if all our body practitioners will recommend sando to us because it's a very well-known iced dessert.
我觉得还觉真人缘好。
Jurgen has very good interpersonal relationships. How come when I visited Penang, nobody invited me to have sando? I had to walk on the street alone and trying to find some durian to eat. I think that that elderly man who sold me the durian, he's probably not Arhat. Think about it, how he was selling me the durian, how stinky it was. Penang is a very beautiful city. There's a lot of attractions. So this is another food.
读一读啊。
Can you name it?
什么雅山
Assam.
啊，拉萨。
Laksa. Laksa is a noodle, right? It's a soup noodle with coconut and curry.
其实就咖喱汤面。
So it's a curry noodle soup.
咖喱汤面。哎，但是呢，它是这个。
In northern China, we call it
其实是大米粉。
noodle curry noodle soup, but the noodle is actually rice noodle. But however, it's not purely rice. There's a lot of other ingredients in it, but it's very tasty. The sauce, the soup is actually very strong. It's difficult to describe the fragrance. There's you can taste the coconut, you can taste curry, and it's spicy. Master says, I don't know what it is. It's just a lot of things together, but everybody loves it.
对，都听说。现在我们介绍这些美食哈。
And when you hear it, when we introduce you to these good food,
所以虽然是乱七八糟，但是
you will have to line up for these food when you go to the night market.
好，还有呢？还有呢？
Anything else?
这就是他们的那个。
Oh, this is Georgetown. This is the province's capital, and it's a historical city. It's also listed in it's one of the cultural heritage sites. I wanted to rent a house and just live there, and people do that. They live there and open a store. I can sell baked sweet potatoes. These old houses have a great taste to them, and if Master opens a store there, then everyone will come and visit, and then these old houses will become very expensive. It's already expensive now because they are they're 100-century-old heritage sites and full of culture. We saw a painting on the wall. There's a lot of paintings on the wall, and it's very well known. Many tourists will come and take photo with it. So the bicycle and all the people there, it's painted on there. So in Georgetown, this is where everyone will take photo and post it. You have to find this picture of the bicycle and take a photo. Otherwise, it's as if you never visited Georgetown. I've also seen this painting, but I don't know who took the picture for me, and they never gave it to me. I have to ask. I have to find out and get it back. And there's another place. There is it's called Chou Jetty. So this is a boat jetty. So there are these special unique houses that you can only find in Southeast Asia, and people can have a fish farm beneath the house. And also this street is very unique, and there's a lot of culture things there. And there's a lot of small merchants selling different things. It's in the entire Malaysia, there are different religions coming to the religions there is pretty harmonious. And we are seeing the Kikloksi temple, and it is one of the largest, it is the largest Buddhist temple in Malaysia. And many people visit it. Chinese people love to say that we're the best of the world for everything. Let's not brag about it, but as long as people likes to go there, that's great. And many people love to go to visit that temple, and it's the Kekloksi temple in Penang. Anything else? It's a coastal city, and so the seaside is beautiful. The beach is beautiful, and Penang connects the island to the mainland, and there is a beautiful bridge, beautiful plants, and beautiful animals. Is there any pictures we can see? There are large monkeys in Malaysia. Why? Because this is their normal environment, so everybody is used to it, and they don't think it's beautiful, but from our eyes, it's very beautiful. The old streets, old roads is very beautiful to see, and they have many good food. And the entire environment is a beautiful scenery, a landscape painting. So it's a great place, and there are many successful people coming out from Penang, many artists and many other talents. So this is a great place. There's also a lot of Chinese people there. So it's a great city with many Chinese residents, Chinese descendants. And so that's all we want to introduce you to about Penang. Master, so in Malaysia, there are so many people practicing Energy Bagua. And there is a dietary habit because the weather is very hot, so they eat a lot of icy dessert, icy drinks. And if you eat too much ice, it will cause some very bad results. Not only they have a lot of ice desserts, they have to eat the icy dessert in an air-conditioned room. They have air conditioner in the malls, in their home, and they have air conditioner, cold air blowing on them directly. Master says, especially after shopping outside, after exercise, especially these young children, they want to cool down right away, and so they go to these places where they have these ultra cold air conditioning, like 16 degrees, and they drink and eat a lot of cold food. Many girls, many ladies, they like to eat these cold and sweet and sour drinks. I've seen them making these drinks. I've seen them making these bubble tea type of foods on the street. So what they do is they add a full cup of ice into the cup, and then they add some fruit sauces, and so over 85% of the content is ice. And when you hold it and drink it, the ice melt and you're just drinking ice water. Say that the outside temperature is 45 degrees, and what's the temperature of your inside? It's probably over 40 degrees. And such a high temperature, suddenly gets cooled down by some ice, that icy drink is probably below 0 degree or just over 0 degree. And this great temperature difference suddenly collapse into each other. And your digestive system cannot take it from your mouth. When you have such coldness in your mouth, what does it hurt? It harms your teeth. I met a young man in Malaysia. He had some cold drink and ate hot noodles, and then his tooth suddenly broke apart. It's because he has bad health, and he probably his bone density is very low, and because of the sudden temperature change, his tooth broke right in front of me. Everyone was frightened. And so it's because of this sudden temperature change, our body cannot take it, and our digestive system, it will freeze your spleen, liver, intestines. All your internal organs will be harmed by this cold temperature. And also for women, your womb, your uterus, your reproductive system will be harmed. And also then you won't have regular menstrual cycle, and you might have a lot of menstrual cycle pain, and also you might not be able to get pregnant easily, and a lot of other issues. And many people can't get pregnant today, and I think it's related to these cold drinks. In the ancient times, there's not a lot of cold food. It's already great if they can have some watermelon. But nowadays, in modern time, there's a lot of cold drinks. There's a bubble tea everywhere. Around our center, there is a new bubble tea place, and each cup costs 12 Canadian dollars. They earn so much by selling water. And no matter how cold that drink is, people will drink it. These young people, after having some barbecued meat, and after dancing, and because they're young, they're full of energy, they want something cold to stimulate them. They don't understand it. They don't know what's good for them. If they ask me, then I can recommend them some good ways to eat it. But no, they have to buy these cold drinks with a lot of food colorings and ice, and it harms their health. Zhizhen says when they're young, these harmful effects, it doesn't show, but when you get older, when your health starts to decline, all these water issues, dampness issues will start to manifest. And many of today's sharings, their illnesses, for example, swelling, frozen shoulder, joint inflammation, are all caused by the absorption of these dampness energy. So there are different types of cold energy. When you already have got these cold energy, in the dampness energy, there's two types. There's dampness energy with cold energy and dampness energy with hot energy. Say that if a girl, your facial complexion is gray, grayish white, and your lip color isn't very beautiful if it's whitish, and you have to wear lipsticks, otherwise it looks like you have anemia, then it shows that you have a cold constitution. If you're looking for cold constitution, you can see it on their face. Let me tell you how. Their face looks grayish white, and also around your nose, the nose, this entire nose area also looks grayish white, and some severe cases it will have shades of green and blue, and this this shows that you have been harmed by dampness and cold energy, and it could already be causing some sort of illness in your spleen, stomach, and even the airways. So remember it. Many people probably didn't prepare a mirror today. You can take a photo of yourself and see if you have this color on your face and if you have this constitution. And this is very, there's a lot of people with this case. Zhizhen said that if these dampness and cold energy goes into your joint, it causes swelling and joint pain. These cold and damp energy can go anywhere. At joints, it will cause pain, bone spur, and even bone fracture. So we talked about bone spur, and also for some reason your legs are cannot be extended and it's painful, or sciatic pain. So these manifested in the bones. And what if this dampness and cold energy went to your head? You can have headache, hair loss. You can have loss of vision. And also, your face might be paralyzed. What if it gets to your heart? There is a rheumatoid heart illness and heart weakness. What if it gets into your lungs? They don't know how to describe it. They say that it's a 100-day cough. If it doesn't heal, then you continue to cough for many days, and also bronchitis and asthma. If it goes into your reproductive system, what does it cause? Cold womb, menstrual cycle pain, and hormone issues. Wherever it goes, it will cause a localized disease. And also, if it goes to the kidney, it can cause nocturia, incontinence, etc. And so the dampness can cause many illnesses in different internal organs. If it's in the stomach, in a severe case, would it cause stomach ulcers, stomach pain, indigestion? Say that if it's what if it causes tumor? People might think that I am naming about these severe illnesses, but wherever it goes to, it will cause severe illness. And if it causes severe stomach cancer, 90% of your stomach might be removed. And so the dampness, when it goes to different internal organs, it manifests as illness of that organ. And so we have to be really careful about these dampness and cold energy. Sometimes it's difficult. Master has told us yesterday that we should have healthy diet, and we need to be preventative about the 3 highs and coronary heart illness. And we know that fundamentally, Energy Bagua and meditation is the most important, and it cannot be replaced. It's the best medication you can have. And also in our lives, we have to combine these practices with good, healthy diet. Master, for these dampness in Southeast Asia, it's just really hot. If they cannot have aircon, if they cannot eat these cold drinks, what can they do? Is there any food they can eat to eliminate these heat and dampness? Yesterday we introduced many healthy food to you, and first we understood the property of the food. And so when you feel there's a lot of heat, then you can eat food that have a cold property. For example, mung bean soup. People who really knows how to do business, they will make mung bean soup, and they will cook the mung beans for 2 hours, and and make a mung bean drink and sell it. But it's not good if you add ice to it. Then it changes the effect of the soup. So mung bean soup, what's the temperature? So it's best at room temperature and don't add any ice to it. If you really want to relieve that heat or anxiety or your red eyes, the more icy drink you drink, the worse it is. The more ice water you drink, the more thirsty you will feel. And that's how it is. Instead, if you drink room temperature water or room temperature drinks, it will be better. For example, if you drink green tea has a cold property, and the coldest property drink is actually mung bean soup. However, if you eat too much mung bean soup, it brings too much cold and dampness energy into your body. And so I want to introduce to you a remedy that came from almost over 2,000 years ago. And it came from a legendary doctor I've mentioned many times before. His name is Bian. So the prescription is called Bian 3-bean drink. So Bian is a legendary doctor. He recommended to make this drink with 3 beans. And it's beneficial to eliminate the poison of dampness. Let me tell you about it. What are the 3 beans? The first is mung beans. You know that mung beans are green, and it corresponds to the liver. It clears liver heat, relieves poison of dampness and heat. It cools off heat. And in northern places, when it's hot, it's very it also feels very uncomfortable. You can feel as if you have a cold, and that's why we need to relieve this heat stroke. And next is black bean. For these there's many types of black beans. The type of black bean that I am talking about is that it has it's black outside, the skin is outside, but on the inside it's green. You have to buy this type of black bean to be effective. And this type of black bean, from a traditional medicine, Chinese medicine aspect, black represents the north, and it corresponds to the kidneys. So it promotes water circulation and reduces swelling. It nourishes and increases kidney essence. So it nourishes the kidneys. So not only does it remove kidney heat, but it also replenishes the yin energy of kidney. So for it will fix any kidney issues. So it's a great treasure. So you have to use black beans with green, that is green on the inside. Another type of bean, it is not red bean, it is called rice bean. There's many different types of beans that are red. If you go to the grocery store, you have to ask for the rice bean. And many Cantonese people, when they make soup, they have to use, many recipes uses rice bean. And today, you can probably even buy these beans anywhere in the world. So we know that color red nourishes the heart. These rice beans have many functions. It's a great bean. Not only does it reduce fire energy in the heart, it also replenishes heart blood. Say that if you have a lot of heat, fire energy in the heart, you have red eyes. Not only does it reduce fire energy in the heart, it also replenishes heart blood. It's not counterproductive, it's actually perfect. It clears heat, promotes urination, and reduces swelling. Many ladies, they have their legs and their face swells easily. So if you eat these rice beans, it's very beneficial. And also some people cannot excrete. If you eat this, you can urinate easily. When you can urinate and when you have bowel movement, you can detoxify your body. So this bean has a red color. Not only does red represents fire, but it also represents blood. So it nourishes the intestines and promotes the bowel movement. So it has so many functions. It also reduces blood lipid, blood pressure, and promote blood circulation. There are so many benefits. Sometimes when I feel a little bit tired, I will make some soup with types of red beans. I like to eat congee in the morning, and I would add. So on the night before, I will take some rice bean and soak it in water overnight. And when I make congee in the morning, I'll add this rice bean into the rice and make a rice and rice bean congee. Because the bean was soaked overnight, so the congee will be cooked in about 40 minutes. And this food, when you drink it, when you eat it, it's very comfortable. So we already mentioned 3 types of beans. And lastly, and next, I will post this recipe online. So even though if you don't make notes now, you will get the entire information 1 hour after our live stream. So there are 3 types of beans, and there's 1 type of plant medicine, and this is licorice. Licorice can harmonize medicinal ingredients. When you have many types of medicinal ingredients, they might fight with each other, and licorice will be able to harmonize all of them so that they can function together as a team. So this is a very great middleman, and licorice can clear heat and detoxifies our body. It can nourish the liver and benefit the qi, reduce phlegm, and prevent cold. So it benefits the lungs a lot. When I was young, I drank a lot of licorice drinks. Grandmaster Ren would always call me over to take a drink of this. He has a different recipe. He takes some mung beans, rice beans, and adds some licorice so that I can drink it. I was very weak when I was small, and so during the spring, when there's a lot of dry heat, I would drink this. I would drink this. So I would drink this recipe from Grandmaster Ren before and after the Dragon Boat Festival when the spring has a lot of dry heat. And Grandmaster Ren's recipe is different from Bian Que's 3-bean recipe. But Bian Que's 3-bean recipe is a very great prescription, and it has been passed down for thousands of years, and it eliminates the poison of dampness, and you can drink it 2 to 3 times every week. And if you make a pot of this drink, if you can't finish it, you can put it in a container and put it in the refrigerator. The next time you want to drink it, just heat it up, and as long as it's not cold, you can drink it. So how do we cook it? How much beans do we put in there? You want so many details? They want to cook it right away. So the ratio of the beans is 1 to 1 to 1. So the same amount for the mung beans, rice beans, and black beans. So take 3 parts of the beans. but you have to learn how much beans you took and how long does it take for you to finish it. So you can have, say, 1 spoon of black bean, 1 spoon of mung bean, and 1 spoon of rice bean. And however, lactose is half of the weight of the beans in total. Say that you have 50 grams of all the beans together, and the lactose, the licorice will be 25 grams. Oh, so sorry. So lactose is half of the weight of one type of bean. And put in 10 times more water than all the beans together. So if all the beans together takes up 1 bowl, then you can add 10 bowls of water, but don't cook it in a pressure cooker. I don't think it's very good. You have to cook it slowly. And when you cook it, remember to soak the beans before. You have to, depends on when you soak it. If you are cooking the drink late at night, then you can soak the beans in the morning. You have to soak it for 8 hours. Soak the beans for at least 8 to 10 hours. Some people might say, I soak the beans for 24 hours. Is it okay? Yes, it's okay, but it's too much. It will affect the beans' effect. The better you can control the time, the more medicinal effect there will be. You don't have to soak the licorice, but soak the beans. I want to share a tip with you. Say that if you are cooking at home, if you are cooking not these 3-bean drink, but you're cooking like a congee with some beans, you can soak the beans in warm water for several hours. Otherwise, it's very difficult for the beans to cook. The rice might be cooked, but the beans are still very hard and stiff, and the beans takes longer to cook than the rice. And how do you cook it? There's no, you can use any pot, any stainless steel pots, or any pots that, like iron type pots. Or if you use a ceramic pot, that's even better. You can add the beans, add the lactose, add water, and just cook it. Boil on high heat, and then adjust to low heat. How low is it? It's so the heat is very low that even if you don't if you don't stay in the kitchen, the water won't boil up. And so the heat is very, very low so that the water doesn't come out at all. And then, so cook it for an hour and a half or 2 hours. If some people say that, oh, I want better results, so I will cook for 4 hours. That's too much. 2 hours is enough. And then just let it cool until it's not burning hot. When you drink it, if you drink it when it's warm, it would be better. In Malaysia, Malaysia is very hot all year long. If you cool it all the way down, cool it down to room temperature at about 30 degrees, that's very good too. So drink it at a good room temperature, or slightly warmer than that. So right now it is Duanwu season, the Dragon Boat Festival. So many of our body meditation centers is serving rice dumplings to everyone, and we will also make this 3-bean soup for all our new and old friends. We welcome everyone to visit our center to have this drink. Many people, many managers of the centers have told me that they want to make this soup for everyone. And this is very simple. It's easy to make, and yet it has very good preventative effects. So it's very good. I think our online friends have already learned it. Many people say that I want to start cooking it today. They're already soaking the beans. Some people, they might not have rice beans at home. Some Cantonese people might have it. They always have it at home. Otherwise, you might want to go out and buy these rice beans. In addition to this legendary Bian 3-bean drink, is there any other methods that we can get rid of the dampness and coldness? There are many medicinal plants that can help you to get rid of the dampness. Because Energy Bagua is very good. Energy Bagua is a practice that can make you healthier without taking any medicine. And it's the safest. But because we want you to have quicker results, then I want to introduce these methods to you. Next, I want to introduce you to a method that we haven't talked about here. You can decide for yourself whether you want to use this method. Just leave it here. So what is this? If you look at the label, it says it's made of dried Chinese mugwort. It's like a very large incense stick. You can burn it and use it to heat your body. Chinese mugwort is a very special, very magical plant, and at this time of the year, during the Dragon Boat Festival, it is harvest season for Chinese mugwort. When I was young, I was very weak, and my mother, sometimes there's no mugwort. But at my hometown, we would always go to find these Chinese mugwort plant. So these Chinese mugwort plant has a very special scent. During the 5th day of the 5th lunar month, it is the best time to use Chinese mugwort. Otherwise, afterward, the effect will start to decline. During this festival, we will also hang these plants on our door to ward off insects, so that everyone in the family can be safe and healthy. So the use of Chinese mugwort has been over 2,000, 3,000 years in China. We used this plant very early. When I was young in my hometown, I remember when it's time to eat rice dumplings, my mom will braid these Chinese mugwort plants, and so that she can dry them on the exterior wall of our house. And she will also braid up garlic and like Chinese onions. And there's along with these Chinese mugwort, and we hung these Chinese mugworts on the door to ward off evil energy. These evil energy, it could represent ghosts or spirits, but it also represents pandemic. In ancient China, when we say pandemic, it's different from the modern understanding. For example, influenza or any infectious illness. So the concept of infectious illness in the ancient time is different than today. But because we want to ward off these evil energies, we put these Chinese mugworts on our door. And it's the same use for spring couplets. And before there was spring couplets, we would hang these Chinese mugwort. So what can you do with these? You can put it in, boil it in water and drink the water. It can get rid of heat. It can add heat and get rid of coldness. And you can also buy these Chinese mugwort sticks and light up one end. When you have severe dampness and coldness in your body, you have joint pain, your face is swelling, your face is very oily. You can review what we talked about yesterday. If you are always dizzy, you don't get enough sleep, and you always get tired during the day. You want to sleep during the day, but you can't sleep at night. You have back pain and fatigue, or even asthma. A lot of issues are related to cold and damp energy. But let me introduce a few specific ones. For example, for women, some young adults and middle-aged people, they will, when they are hot, they will immediately drink cold, icy drinks. And because of their unhealthy diet and also eating a lot of junk food, they have a lot of dampness in your body, and it might be difficult for you to get pregnant in the future, and many other women's illnesses. There are many different types of utensils. Do we have the smaller ones? All right. Look at this. This has been you can buy these smaller pieces. These smaller ones, they are only 2 centimeters long. Usually, these ones are made in China, and you can put this in this type of box. I've actually never used these boxes before. When I was young, my mother would just give me the drink. So light up one end of the stick and put it in here so that it's held in this needle. So there's a lot of holes, so oxygen can enter, and it will burn, and the smoke will come out. And then close the box. You can actually twist the lid so that you control how big the hole is and how fast it will burn. We haven't lighted up yet. Say that if we light it up, you can just lay flat on your back. And if you want to release all the damp and cold energy in your abdomen that you have eaten in, then just put this box on top of your abdomen, around in a straight line above and below your belly button. Put 3 to 4 boxes at the same time. When I was young, people don't make these, we don't have these boxes. We will just get a bunch of Chinese mugwort and then just burn that plant directly. You can also light up one side and put it in like a small holder. so that you can put it on the acupoint so that it doesn't fall down. So it will help us with digestion and eliminate the dampness in our digestive system, and also eliminate the dampness and illness energy in our reproductive system. And so from your belly button, from belly button down, not above the belly button, below from belly button down, put 3 to 4. It doesn't have to be specific. It doesn't have to be specifically at the acupoint, because once it's around the acupoint, the energy will enter the acupoint automatically, and it will relieve the dampness and cold energy from that point. You don't know how that energy is relieved, but afterward, after a few days, you would feel that your abdomen is very comfortable. You wouldn't feel tired. You don't have swelling or dampness. So it's very healthy. And so you can use this box so that it's safer when you light it up. You can also put this box at other places, your back, your shoulder, your neck. You can just lay down on your belly, and you can ask your family and friend to help you to light up the mugwort stick, and also put it in this box, and put this box on your back. Where do you put it? Put it on either side of the spine, starting from the cervical spine all the way to the tailbone. You can put one of it every 3 to 5 centimeters. So buy a few of these boxes. These you see in the picture. So this is a stand where you can put these mugwort sticks. The dark-colored thing that looks like an incense stick is the Chinese mugwort stick. The lower base is just a plastic thing that helps to stand the mugwort stick. And through the burning on the top, it will pull out the dampness and cold energy from your body. So you can see that in this picture, they only put one row on top of the spine, but I recommend you put 2 rows on either side of the spine, and each one is 3 centimeter to 5 centimeter apart. So not only does it eliminate the dampness, and also on 2 sides of the spinal cord, on either side of the spine, there are a lot of points, energy points that correspond to our internal organs. And also it brings health to your back, to your lower back, your spine, and it will remove dampness, cold energy, any illnesses there, and also nourishes the internal organs. We don't have pictures like these, right? What about, this one? So in this picture, it's too much. There's too many Chinese mugwort placements. We don't have to place it so dense. If it's too dense, I think something might go wrong. Because we didn't. Some people might think that the more you give, the better it is. But when you're using medication, you have to use the appropriate amount. Say that you put 1 mugwort stick in this box. Maybe don't use more than 20 boxes on your back. And also for people who have chronic back pain or lower back pain, around your lower back and your Mingmen point, which is directly behind your belly button. You can put a few more along your waist, so it will be beneficial. It can nourish, replenish the energy in your kidneys and your Mingmen point and get rid of the dampness. Am I clear? So horizontally place it along the waist. Sometimes I don't know whether you understood what I mean. Some people might say that, what if I also want to use it? What if I also have leg pain, my leg joints, and you can't place it, it's not secure. If I move a little bit, it will fall off. You can use some tape and tape it there. Many shipping, they will use tape. And the benefit is that you can also remove your leg hair if you tape it to your leg. But just be aware, don't burn your body. Everybody can tolerate different amount of heat. And also, the product you buy might not be a good design, but just be careful when you use it. Don't burn yourself. And I just want to help you, introduce you to this tool. This tool has nothing to do with Bodhi meditation, and you can purchase these at traditional Chinese medicine stores, or you can also find these online.
说呢，咱们网友还有一些问题啊，就是说到这个艾灸。
Master, some online friends have questions. Master talked about girls who likes to drink cold drinks for their health. If their face is already grayish white, how frequently should they use this Chinese mugwort stick? How frequently? If it's very severe, you can use it every 3 days. Say that if you have abdominal pain for many days, then you can use it. It's called Moxibustion. So you can perform Moxibustion every day, but not exceeding 5 days. You have to observe and see if there's any side effects. If you use too much, you might have constipation, your heart might feel uncomfortable. So you have to observe yourself. Use it for a few days, stop, observe. And for if you are treating a cold stomach or a cold wound, you can do it. Your mom helps you to treat you at night, but then you go out and drink cold drinks during the day. It's not recommended. You have to know what's good and what's bad for you. You have to work together with your diet to prevent illness. And this method is very effective. Can you give me a stick? Some people say that their leg joint, their knee is painful. When you light it on one side, you can just hold it and heat up your joint. When you feel it's very hot, then you can take it away. Otherwise, you can continue to heat your joint. If you have leg pain, there are several positions that you can heat it up. So you can use the box or you can hold it in your hand. People who often have leg pain, should I recommend a few points for you? The first point, when we were young, we have we all had injection on our buttock. It's when you stand up straight, there is a place that caves in your buttock. If you try to touch it, you might be able to find it. I know these points, but I'm not very sure of its name. I think it's called 环跳 point. So you can heat up that point. The second point is on your knee, directly above your knee. Can you show me a picture of the knee? Right above the knee. If you use your finger to press down, you will feel it's very sore. Right on top of the kneecap, directly on top of the kneecap. Directly on top of the patella, the patella bone, and also on either side of the patella, and also below the patella. So these are the 3 places. When you look at this, you can see the kneecap. You probably found this picture online, right? But I'm actually talking about the exact middle point of the kneecap, and also on either side of the kneecap. You can find any 2 points beside it to heat it up, and also the point that's directly below the kneecap. And moving lower, where maybe about 4 fingers down, there is a point called 足三里. Do we have a picture of 足三里? You can heat up that place. And also, on your leg, on the exterior side of your tibia, you can use the mugwort stick to heat up the entire bone on the outside. The 足三里 point, I remember that it is 4 fingers below the kneecap on the outside of the kneecap. And if you follow 足三里 point downward, in front of your tibia and along tibia on the outside, there's a lot of energy points, and you can just heat up these points, and it will help to move energy along your leg and expel any dampness, and also all the way down until the exterior side of your feet. Also, we're not heating up any particular energy, any particular point, but we are healing our leg, and it's very easy to learn. Master is teaching in such a general way. Is there going to be good effects? You can give it a try, and there will definitely be good results. It will help with many leg pain caused by dampness and coldness. And you have to use it according to your own constitution, and don't overuse it. Don't burn yourself. Be very careful when you use it. Thank you, Master. All right, I want to teach you one more thing. It's also very easy to learn. It will increase your vital energy. It's a very easy method. You can pat your life gate point, the Mingmen point. Let's take a look. So, Shangyi is demonstrating. She's patting the Mingmen point. It's a general area in your lower back around the kidneys. Mingmen point,
你的肚
left
脐
gate
正
point
对后方，
is directly
肚脐一条线。
opposite
对
from your belly
肚
button.
脐的正后方。哎，那我们两个手拍打的是，
And when
就是
you can
它这
pat
个
it
两
with
块
your
儿，
two
就好像
hands,
是肾脏相关的
and
区域。
you can pat this
就这样
general
拍。
area around your kidney.
拍多少下？
Just pat it
最少
gently
36下，
and pat
一
at
天最少
least
拍打36
36
下，
times every day,
尤其是
especially in the
那
morning.
是不是走八卦之后？
Should
那
we
是
pat
最
it
好的。
after walking energy bagua?
走
That
八卦
would be
之
the
后，
best.
我们的收工操呢，
After
大家如果急
walking
着
energy
上班儿哈，
bagua,
这
if
收
you
工操用的太长，
if you
但
are
是收
in
工
a
操
hurry
做
to go
多
to
了之
work,
后啊，真的
you
好。
might feel that the closing
我们比如说，
exercise is too
你
long.
拍打
However,
命门36下，
the closing exercise is great. If
今
you
天上
pat
午不
the
是跟你们俩
Mingmen
试了
point,
吗？
the left gate point
你看
for
这有
36
什么感
times,
觉啊？告诉我。
we demonstrated in the morning, right? How did you feel?
然后
You
热
s-
乎，
I
腰
felt
也热乎，腿也
very
热乎，
warm. I
脚也热
started to
乎
sweat. My lower back, my feet are all very warm.
我是两声，
两
For
舌
me,
啊，
一舌。
for
意
me,
思
my tongue
就口腔里面就是
in
有
my
津液
mouth,
产生。
I had some. There
就
was
是有
some
甘甜的感
saliva.
觉。
It felt
对
very sweet.
那我呢，拍打之后呢，
After
我发
I
现
was patting,
小腿哈，
I
小腿和
realized
脚
that
心
my
有发麻，
lower
并且
leg
很
and
舒服
my
的电流
the
的
sole
热，
of my feet
电流的热
felt
感，就是
numb,
拍打
and I
完之
can
后，
feel
你没有拍打
electricity
这些
running
部
through
位都
it.
特别的舒服。
And even
哦，
though
不
I
知道怎么
didn't
表达
pat
那种
these
舒服感，
places, it's
但是
very
这种舒服
comfortable. I
与
don't know how to
电流与
describe
热
it.
与麻相关。
And it's related
吧
to
哈？
this
对，
electrical
因为命门就
feeling,
在这里，
this
能让你
numbness
快速的增加
sensation,
元气。
because
啊，
the life
所以
gate
对
point
于
is
尤
there,
其
and
是
it
怕
can
冷的体质
quickly
啊，
increase
啊，
vital
脸色
energy
变
for
得
you.
变
For
变
people
清
who
白
have
的
cold
哈，对，
constitution, whose
而且
face
不
is
太容易
grayish white,
生孩子的
people
这个
who
结婚的人士哈，
are
无
difficult
论
to
男
get
女，
pregnant, whether
每
you're a
天
man
至
or
少拍
women,
打
you
36
can
下，
pat
这
it
36下
at
不用中
least
间休息，接着
36
拍就完
times
了。
every
啊，使多
day,
大劲儿，自
and
己感
don't
觉不知
um,
道。
you don't
还
need
有
to
就
take a
是
break
容易
in
腰
the
酸背痛的，
middle.
这个也
对
是很好
Just
啊。
pat
因为
with
刚才我
a
们说到了
comfortable
这么多的见证病人里头
force.
哈，里头有一半儿是
We
属于你的能
all
量
many
退
sharings that
化，
we
能
saw
量太虚
today,
弱而
many
形
of
成的
their
疾病现
illness
象。
is caused
为什
by
么走
lack
八
of
卦好了呢？
energy.
八卦
Why
迅速的让你能量
did
聚
they
集起来了之后，
why did their
你的
issue
那个病就好
get
了。
better after
这道
walking
理很
energy
简单，
bagua? Because energy bagua
但只是没有
replenished
一个
energy
很好
for
的
them.
药让你补充这个能
There's
量。
no good
就是走
medicine
八
that
卦的时
can
候，它就会能够
replenish this energy
有这
for
个能
you.
量出来。
But when you walk
那
energy
现在说
bagua,
的，
you gain
我
this
刚才说
energy.
拍打命门这个，
We talked about patting
它
the
聚集这个
Mingmen
能量比
point,
八
the
卦还
life
厉
gate
害，
point.
厉
It
害
can
快了
quickly
多少倍呢？快了100
gain
倍。
accumulate this energy
立刻
even
拍打，
faster, 100
立刻
times
你
faster
的
than
身体
energy
的
bagua.
那个
Once you
好的
pat
感
this
受就开始
point,
来了。
you will start to
所以
feel
就是这样
good.
的一个方法。
And this
所以
is
对于
such
体
a
寒
good
的
message. So
啊，
people,
湿气
for
重的，
people who have
能
cold
量弱的
constitution, a lot of
啊，
dampness,
对，
weak
有点不
energy,
孕不育
people
的
who
啊，
are
睡
infertile,
觉睡不
people
好、失
who
眠的，
have
啊，脱发的，
insomnia, people who have hair loss.
做梦多的，
If you have a
啊，
lot of
对，出虚汗的，
dreams,
腰酸背
night
痛的，
sweat,
都是特别
back
有好
pain,
的，
lower back
包括
pain,
心脏经
it's
常不舒服
and also
啊，
if you have
你拍打它，
discomfort in
因
your
为这
heart,
些疾
you
病
can pat
都是
yourself.
与我们这个
These
能量不
illnesses
足有关
are
系。
related to a
对，
lack
就
of
拍打
energy.
命门，
And so if you
你只
pat
要
your
去做，
life gate point,
就
it
做
will
够
help
次
you.
数，
If
一
you
天
do
不能少于
um,
36
at
下。
least 30
只要
times
一
every
做，
day,
你尝试的话，我建议
if
你
you
哈，
continue,
尝试最
if
少
you
12
try
天，
it, at least
而
try
且
it
每
for
天在
12
同样一
days
个时间做，
continuously and pat
效果最好。
yourself at the same
就这样。
time for the
最
best
后呢，我们
result.
拍打完了36下之
After
后哈，
we
那要
pat
不要
for
还再
36
揉搓
times,
揉
should
搓呀？
we rub it?
哎，搓一搓也好。
It
哦，
would be even
我
better
跟你
if you
说哈，
rub
你说
it.
揉搓哈，我就想起来，
嗯，
这个
I
过
remember
去哈，
that in
这
the
个人体
past,
师
Grandmaster
就
Ren
是也帮我这么做。
has
哎，
helped
有时
me
候走完
this
八卦，我
way
觉得哎
after
不行，
walking
腰都
energy
特别紧，
bagua. I felt that my lower back is very tight, very tense, and he would ask me to lay down on my abdomen, and he would rub it. And then he taught my mom, because his hands are full of energy, so it was too much for me. And my master taught my mom that she can rub her hands and just put her hands over my life gate area, and it felt very comfortable.
师傅说这个对我的
My
增长
master
元气特
told
别
me that it's very beneficial for me to
师傅还
regain
讲
vital
呢
energy.
就是包
He
括
also
给
said
你的
that
小孩子小宝宝
if you can also do
啊
this
为了让他
for your
健康成长
children, your
尤其是脸色有
baby,
点苍白的孩子哈
and for
也是
children
妈妈
who
呢就
have
手搓热
whitish,
在孩子睡觉的时
grayish
候
white
啊洗完澡之后趴在
facial
床上
complexion, after
哎
taking a
搓热
bath, they can
捂
lay
到命门上 效果特别好
on their abdomen, and the
我们看
mother
上
can
衣
rub their hands and just put it
我们
around their
自己
life
搓
gate
一搓
area.
看能自己搓吗
Shang Yi, can you demonstrate?
你不用搓手都行啊哈你拍打完之后再搓
After
你手
patting
本来就是麻胀的
You can
就是这样
put
上
your
下搓
hands here and rub it up and down.
对像自己在家里搓的时候啊比如说
If
洗
you
完
do
澡你
this
去
at
搓也
home,
可以哈
You can
直
do
接
this
搓到的
after
是
taking
皮
a
肤
shower.
效果也是挺好
If
的
you
啊
directly
这样
rub
也是
on your
可以的啊
skin,
这
the
个搓
result
的这
is
个没
very
有什么
good.
顺序没有什么顺
There's
序啊
no
但是呢如果上下搓效果胜
The
过
best
横
way
着
to
搓
rub it is to rub it up and
上下
down.
搓
It's better
啊
than left and right.
从上往下搓
Rubbing
是叫
from
顺
Up
从下往
toward
上推
down
呢
is
是逆
is
你看你
um
是要逆还是要顺呢我觉
is
得还是
the
顺畅好
flowing
对
direction,
别横
and
着
it's
搓啊
better than rubbing from downward to
好了
upward, and
这
it's
个
better
拍打
than
命门
rubbing
啊这个大家学会了
horizontally.
哈
So now we've learned to pat our
呃
life gate.
今天我们再讲时间就有点过了哈我不能再讲
We
了哈
can't talk too
我
much
看网友喜不喜
today.
欢
Let me
还是
see our
大家
online
还是
friends'
喜欢的
comments.
哈
Do you like it?
嗯效果特别好啊
网友们都在试，试了以后很多就是他
The,
们的
it's very
感受
effective.
感受很
So
烫的
many
感受
online friends are trying it out, and they
也有一些
commented on their feeling. Many people feel it's very hot.
就
Some
是
people
在
feel
于学
numb.
的这个方法呢在于持之以恒的
After
用
you learn this method, you
效
have
果才
to
能彰
do
显
it
出来
continuously
啊
for
就是
better
病来
effects.
如山倒
When
疾病
illness
如抽
comes,
丝
it's as
就
if
是我们有
a
方法
mountain
能对治
collapsing,
它
but
就是
getting
很
rid
好
of
的
illness
但是
is
要
as
坚
if
持一
pulling
定的
out
时间
silk.
啊
And
要坚持
although
下
we
来
have a good
效果
method
一定
to
会出现
for
的
for healing,
好不
but
怕
you
有
have to
病
do it
就怕你
continuously.
没就怕你们遇到八卦内功还真是这样子哈
Life
好今天呢我们
illness
就
is
讲
only
到
that
这里哈觉得
is only a big issue when you don't practice energy
我
bagua.
要毕业的时候你就要来事儿了你早举手啊真是来吧来吧
反应慢，对不起。
Jejun wants to share something about Toronto. Toronto Meditation Center says that starting in June 3rd, 4th, and 5th, they have prepared a variety of rice dumpling for everyone. And there's also a handful of mugwort
好
plant available for
对
everyone.
各禅堂这个想了解这个与
So
你相
if
关的哈
you
就近的
want
禅堂
to
的
know
信息的
more
话呢
information
可以到
about
那个
a
Facebook
body
里头
meditation center
去找
near
你那个
you,
地区的
you
名字
can go to
啊
Facebook,
就应
search
该能
for
找到
your
我们
area
在地
name,
禅堂的
and
相
you
关活
should
动
be
信
able
息
to find information
好那我们今天
at
就讲
about
到这
events
里
at
哈
these local
祝大
centers.
家
So
健
that's all
康
for
长寿
today. I wish you good health and
幸
longevity,
福快乐
happiness.
希望大家能
I
够
wish
多一点这个走
that
八卦
everyone can walk more energy
只要走
bagua.
八卦你就开始长
As
寿
long
啊
as you start to walk
只要
energy
好好走
bagua,
八
you
卦
will
再按照
live
这个
long.
健康的饮食呢
And if you
啊
walk
来
energy
这个
bagua
去
and
吃饭的
have
话
a
呢
healthy
就我
diet,
们一定能够
we
健
will
康长寿的
definitely be healthy
那么
and
之
live a
前
long
给大家
life.
说的是阎王爷的
Before
这些
we
痕
talked
迹
about the
啊都可
signs
能会
from
改
the
变
king
的
of hell, and these signs might all
最后最
change.
真诚的祝福大
So
家
in
希望每个人
Lastly, I
有
want
幸
to
福安
wish
康
everyone sincerely
我们下次
happiness
直
and
播再见
peace. Let's meet again in our next live stream. The next live stream is North America Vancouver time, Friday, June the 3rd at 6 p.m. and Asia Taipei time, Saturday, June the 4th at 9 a.m.
福了，我美丽了。在茫茫人海之中，让我与你相遇。小小的红点里，人生变得神奇。我智慧了，我宽容了，我慈悲了，我自在了。因为有了你，生命变得更坚定，不忧忧无虑。因为有了你，日子不再有哭泣，不再有恐惧。我快乐了，我健康了，我幸福了，我美丽了。在茫茫人海之中，让我与你相遇。小小的红点里，人生就此欢喜。我快乐了，我健康了，我幸福了，我美丽了。在茫茫人海之中，让我与你相遇。小小的红点里，人生变得神奇。我智慧了，我宽容了，我慈悲了，我自在了。因为有了你，了解生命的真理，修行的理。因为有了你，日子犹如彩虹般美丽。我快乐了，我健康了，我幸福了，我美丽了。我快乐了，我美丽了，我幸福了，我美丽了。在茫茫人海之中，让我与您相遇。小小的红点里，人生就此欢喜。我快乐了，我健康了，我幸福了，我美丽了。在茫茫人海之中，让我与你相遇。小小的红点里，人生变得神奇。我智慧了，我宽容了，我慈悲了，我自在了。因为有了你，生命变得更坚定，不忧忧无虑。因为有了你，日子不再有哭泣，不再有恐惧。 you.